Let me paint this picture for you. I'm sitting, on my phone, scrolling one day, and I come across a video, and I'm a big Star Wars fan, so Sleia's. She, if you don't know who she is, she likes to like twirl lightsabers around, because lightsabers are one of the coolest things ever, right? She just makes a video, and she's at Disney World, right? And then she was like, the sound that went along with the video was this nice little tune, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I Shazammed it as one does, and I see that it's the introduction song to La La Land. And I knew that La La Land was like a pretty popular movie, but I didn't think it was like that good. So it was on Netflix. I was like, let me watch it, and life changing. Nothing short of life changing. It is now one of my top 5 favorite films of all time. It might even be top 3. It probably is top 3. Creed 2, Everything Ever All at Once, and La La Land sounds like a good little top 3 to me. But this movie is it's so good. It's so good, and it makes you happy and sad, and it makes you feel every emotion in the book. And there's nothing. It's so amazing. So I'm gonna talk to you guys today about La La Land. So yeah, grab some popcorn and sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So if you don't already know, I am a film major, right? And right now I'm taking an introductory film course, and my professor is always talking about how everything, and I mean everything, in every single frame of film matters. And over this past semester, I've been trained to look closely and analyze every single part of the film. And one thing that I noticed about La La Land is the color. And I didn't really notice it the first time I watched it, but I wanted to watch it for a second time before I made this video, and I noticed something very, very interesting about the color. So the first character we see in the movie is wearing yellow, right? And then the last character we see in the movie fades away, and he's like surrounded by this dark blue light. And at first I thought I was seeing things, okay? But blue and yellow is literally everywhere in this movie, everywhere. And maybe I'm going way too into this, and it doesn't really mean anything, but indulge me for a second, okay? So in Mia's first audition, she's wearing a blue coat, right? And the door is blue, and there's yellow papers on the wall, and she walks out of the door and picks up a yellow purse. And all of the actresses that are sitting in the hallway have on yellow ties. And when Mia gets in the elevator, the lady in the elevator is wearing a yellow bracelet, and she has yellow earrings, and the wall is blue. And this is just one scene, okay? The mural on Mia's wall, the mural on Mia's wall has a woman wearing a blue dress. Her hallway in her house is blue. There's a yellow plate on the counter. Mia puts on a blue dress. Her friend is wearing a yellow one when they go to the party. And when they're outside, the lights have like a distinct blue hue. Mia, she drives a blue car. Sebastian's license plate is blue and yellow. When we go inside of Sebastian's house, there's a poster, and guess what color it is? Blue and yellow. His clock, blue numbers, yellow background. His sister's wearing a blue shirt, and she's eating Pop Secret popcorn. Now, they could have had her eating any brand of popcorn. She could have been eating Orville Redenbacher's, or Act 2. She could have been eating Skinny Pop, one of the organic brands, but no. They specifically had her eating Pop Secret popcorn because Pop Secret is blue and yellow. Like, it's crazy, all right? We keep going. The first time we see Mia and Sebastian meet, they're both wearing blue. The second time they see each other, they're both wearing yellow. And the iconic dance scene shown on the movie's poster, Mia starts out wearing a yellow dress, and she's wearing blue heels. And Sebastian is holding a blue suit jacket. And this one scene is crazy because they didn't have to do this. Okay. Look at this frame. Blue scarf, yellow purse, blue paint, yellow umbrellas. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm going insane, but I swear that this is here for a reason, all right? There is no way that blue and yellow just casually shows up everywhere in this movie. And you could say that, being blue means sad and yellow means happy, and they want you to start the movie feeling happy and end it off feeling sad. And I don't think that that's an incorrect opinion, but I feel like we can go even deeper than that, all right? As we all know, yellow is associated with, optimism and joy, but it can also be associated with cowardice and betrayal. Blue stands for serenity and wisdom. But the navy blue specifically used in La La Land evokes a sense of sadness. See, navy blue is a very conservative color, associated with tradition and stability, and since it's a dark color, it looks better when it's put next to a bright color like yellow. Now, putting this all together, at the beginning of the movie, the audience feels particularly happy. The intro is amazing and vibrant, and it evokes a feeling of joy. All these bright and vibrant colors, you're feeling good. They're dancing on top of cars. La La Land, even the title card is in yellow. They want you to feel good, all right? Both of our protagonists who live in this joyful and vibrant world, they both feel sad. They're struggling to chase their dreams, but, their lives aren't going anywhere. They have jobs they hate until they meet each other. Once they meet each other, they start to, fall in love, and they're both happy all the time, and they're filled with a sense of optimism about the future and the dreams they want to chase. But then life sets in, Sebastian knows that Mia wants him to have a stable job so that he can, provide for them. But she also wants him to chase his dreams, but, he becomes a coward. And he takes a job he doesn't really want and gets so caught up that when Mia needs him the most, he wasn't there for her. And she felt betrayed. Betrayal, yellow, and he's wearing a yellow tie. I'm making the connections. Anyway, these two characters go through so much in this movie. It's a roller coaster of emotions. There's a lot of happy moments, a lot of sad moments. Joy springs up in the saddest parts, and sorrow is hidden in the happiness. These two emotions flow so well together, just like the colors that represent them do as well. And these colors represent so much that they literally become a character in the movie themselves. Just like... The film starts off with a musical number, all right? And it's, like I said earlier, it's great. We hear all of the sounds from the cars, and each car is playing a different, song. And then as we get to the lady who's about to get out of her car, she starts humming, and then she's like, do 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 do. I think about that day. It's great, all right? This is a musical, if you didn't already know, but the music isn't just here to be here. The music is a character in and of itself, In Sebastian's song that he plays at the restaurant, he's playing the piano, and he's telling us that he wants more out of life, and he hates where he is right now. That's what the music is speaking to us. He longs for a dream that feels unobtainable. In the movie, Sebastian describes jazz as conflict, compromise. It's new every night. The happy music when things are going well, or sad music when things suck. The subtle pauses of the music when there's an awkward moment in the film. The music is as much of a protagonist as Sebastian and Mia are, and it's informing the audience about how the characters feel. It's informing the audience about how the audience should feel. It's informing the audience about how the music itself feels. It's a person, it's a character, it's real, it's conflict, it's compromise, and it's new every night. Sebastian doesn't tell us he's afraid about, this new flame that he has with Mia. He's not telling us that he's afraid it won't last, but he sings it to us through the music. Mia doesn't just tell a story at her auditions when they tell her to tell a story. She sings it. Music is powerful, and it plays directly into our characters. The concept of dreams plays a huge role in this film. Both Mia and Sebastian have big dreams. Mia loves acting and she wants to become a famous movie star. And Sebastian loves jazz, but, he feels like it's dying. So he wants to start his own jazz club so he can make people love jazz again. And when they meet each other, they inspire each other to chase their dreams. Sebastian tells Mia that the world has enough lawyers, and gives her the idea to chase her dreams and make her own one-woman play. Mia gives Sebastian a catchy name for his jazz club. It even creates the logo for him. But this is the easy part about dreaming. Anybody can make a plan, but only a select few can actually follow through with that plan and follow their dreams. My mom always tells me that discipline determines your destiny, not desire. You can't just want something, you gotta go get it. And this is exactly what Mia did. Every day she was writing and planning out her play, but Sebastian literally just gave up on his dream. Like I said earlier, he settled for a stable job, because he stopped believing in himself. And maybe he never believed in his dreams, and maybe he never believed they could become a reality. Like I said earlier, in one of my favorite songs from the movie, City of Stars, he says that, is this the start of something wonderful or just another dream I cannot make true? At that time, he was talking about Mia, but this implies that, he's had so many dreams that didn't come true, and maybe now he's just given up on his dreams altogether. And there's a powerful scene in the middle of the film where Sebastian surprises Mia, and he cooks her some dinner, right? And he hasn't been home in a while because he's on tour with this new jazz band, and the leader of the band is played by John Legend. Had no idea he was in this movie, but he does great. But the type of jazz they're playing isn't the type of jazz that Sebastian is, particularly fond of. But he's getting money, and that's his life now. And as they're eating dinner, Mia asks him if he enjoys the music he's playing, and he's like, "Why does that even matter?" And she says to him, "If you give up on your dream, I think it matters." His rebuttal is that all that matters is, that the audience likes what they're playing. But Mia says, "When did you start caring so much about what people think?" Because it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. All that matters is that you chase your dreams and do what you love. And Sebastian didn't understand this. And, he makes fun of her for being an actor and makes her really sad. And she leaves. She leaves the house, and, they don't see each other again until after her play. And not a lot of people showed up to her play, and it made her feel bad. The one person she wanted to be there wasn't even there, and she started to give up on her dreams as well. And I think that Sebastian kind of felt bad, and he kind of learned his lesson. And so then what happens is, she goes back home to her mom, and Sebastian, he's sitting on his bed. He's laying there. His sheets are navy blue. Crazy. It's actually insane. Didn't have to give him navy blue sheets, but, sadness because he's sad because, Mia left him. Anyway, he's sitting on his bed, and he gets a phone call, from, a casting director, one of the famous casting directors that Mia likes, and she was at Mia's play. And so, he tells Mia about it, and he helps her, get the job or whatever. And he picks her up, and he takes her to the job interview, right? And at first she wasn't going to do it because she was trying to give up. And then he was like, "No, you can't give up because you don't give up. You're not the type of person to give up. I'm not going to let you do that." And he brings her to the thing, and when she's at the interview, they tell her to tell them a story. They don't want her to act. They want her to tell them a story. All right. And so then she starts singing this song, and the song, I forget what the song is called. Bear with me for 2 seconds. All right. Because I've been playing it on repeat over and over and over and over and over again. Right. Let me go to my playlist. It's on the study playlist. All right. It's called Audition, The Fools Who Dream. All right. And in this song, she says something so powerful, something that stuck with me. She says, and I quote, "And that's why they need us. So bring on the rebels, the ripples from pebbles, the painters and poets and plays. And here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that break. Here's to the mess we made." And this really connected with me. Here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem. Because, I'm a dreamer. And I'm pretty sure there's people out there like me who are dreamers. And we probably look crazy to the world. I have 13 movies in my head. I have a whole cinematic universe floating around in my brain that I want to create and make it into a reality. I want to be a YouTuber. I got so many dreams. And we probably look dumb out there. But, crazy as we may seem, here's to us. Because she says in the song, they need us. The normal people out there who don't have dreams need dreamers. Because if there were no dreamers, who's gonna make a movie like this? You need dreamers, all right? The people who don't dream need us. Y'all didn't hear her. Look, I'm gonna play the clip. I don't care if I get copyrighted. I'm gonna play the clip. She said,
"Here's to the fools who dream, crazy as they may seem."
But anyway, she's making the point that, you know, when you love something, you gotta chase after that thing. When you have a dream, you gotta chase it. And when you're in love with someone, you gotta chase after them. I simply love stories. You know, one of my dreams one day is to fall in love, and there's nothing more romantic than a love story in film. From the moment Sebastian is playing his piano at the restaurant and Mia just feels drawn to his music, and she walks in and looks at him and sees him playing, and they lock eyes, we know that they're going to fall in love with each other. And I love the scene where she makes him play I Ran. And I ran so far away. Okay, I like the song anyway. You know, he's annoyed, and you know, she's going all in, you know, singing the lyrics, you know, patronizing him or whatever. And then later that night, they share their iconic dance, and as they're about to share their first kiss, they're interrupted by Mia's boyfriend calling her phone. But, you know, Sebastian doesn't, you know, give up, and, you know, he still chases after her. He shows up at her job, and, you know, they go for a little walk, and she tells him all about why she loves movies, and he tells her all about why he loves jazz so much. And then he invites her, you know, on a little movie theater date for research purposes. And then he sings City of Stars. Is this the start of something wonderful, or is this just another dream? Is this the start of something wonderful, or just another dream I cannot make true? She is the dream. Can he make this happen, or is it just another dream he cannot make true? You know, and he doesn't know. And on the day of their date, Mia bombs an audition, and she's sad. But as she's driving in her car, she looks at the movie theater, and then she thinks about the night she's about to have with Sebastian, and it puts a smile on her face. But oh no, she forgot she had plans with her boyfriend. But while she's sitting at the dinner table with her boyfriend and his family, she hears jazz playing on the speaker, and it speaks to her and reminds her of Sebastian. So she gets up from the dinner table, leaves the restaurant, runs to him. She runs to the movie theater, and then while they're at the movies, they do the little awkward thing where, you know, they both really want to hold hands, but they don't know if the other person wants to hold hands. But then eventually they do hold hands, and then again, as they're about to share their first kiss, it is interrupted because the movie broke or something. The projector, it got ruined. But then there's a planetarium in the movie, right? So Mia suggests that they go to the planetarium near them, and then they go and they literally dance in space. And as they come back down to Earth, the music flutters like wings on their backs, and they finally share their first kiss. And then the cutest little love montage plays before our eyes. And my favorite part is when Sebastian is playing at a jazz club, and the camera cuts back and forth from him playing the piano to Mia dancing to his music, and you know, it goes back and forth and back and forth. They're just such a cute and happy couple, literally the definition of true love. But like I said earlier, they run into some problems. But Sebastian goes back to get his girl. You know, he didn't have to remember that she told him where she lived, and, you know, a story that, you know, she said to him one of the first times they met. He didn't have to remember that. He didn't have to drive all the way there just to tell her that she had, you know, an audition. He didn't have to drive her all the way back to, you know, go to her audition. But he did all of this for her because he loves her. And, you know, she finds out that she gets the part and that she has to go to Paris. And, you know, they're like, what are we going to do? But they realize that they'll be fine because they'll always love each other. And, you know, it was incredible watching this love story. It hit all the beats, the love at first sight, and, you know, they're doing all these things together. And of course, you run into challenges, but they fixed them, and they're gonna be okay because they'll always love each other. It was incredible watching this. This was the love that I wanted, you know, that fairy tale love that only happens when you find the girl of your dreams. You know, I was satisfied about how the story was about to end. But then each element that we've talked about today, color, music, dreams, and love, it culminates into some of the greatest 9.5 minutes of any movie ever. She left him. She left him. And I thought there was hope. She could still break up with her new man, but no. She's married and they have a child. The love I longed for, destroyed, gone, obliterated. It's over. 5 years after Mia left for Paris, both of our protagonists are doing great. You know, they both achieved their dreams. Mia is a successful actress. There's a really cool callback to when, you know, at the beginning of the movie, this actress walks into her coffee shop and she's like, you know, oh, it's on the house. But then the actress is like, no, I'll pay. And she puts money in the tip jar. And then Mia does the same thing. You know, she goes into the same coffee shop she used to work with. She goes to get coffee. The workers there are like, hey, you don't got to pay nothing. She's like, no, I'm going to pay anyway because I'm a nice person. All right. No, you're not, because you left Sebastian. Sebastian is finally opening up his jazz club. All right. He did it. He's opening up Seb's. All right. Now, let me set the scene for you. The night he opened his jazz club, Mia just so happens to be back in LA, and you know, her and her husband, they went out for a night out or whatever, and they're walking down the sidewalk, and as they were walking, they heard jazz, and her husband knows she loves jazz. I wonder why she loves jazz. And so he was like, hey, let's go in, you know, let's go see what this jazz club is all about. What do you think she sees? She sees the sign that she made, and it's up on the wall, and it says Seb's. That blue neon sign. The blue's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. The blue neon sign. It says Seb's. You know, he literally used her design, and she walks in, and, you know, as she's walking into her seat, she's standing, and, you know, Seb is on stage, and he sees her, and they lock eyes. And all we see is dark blue up on that stage. Damien Chazelle wants you to be sad. All right? He wants you to feel pain. And, you know, here comes the kicker. Sebastian sits down at that piano and he starts to play the same song he was playing the first time that he met Mia. A song that reminds him of her and their love. And now by this time in the movie, a couple tears were already starting to, you know, fall out of my eyes. But then, like a punch in the gut, as Sebastian starts playing, a 9-minute montage plays on the screen. And with every musical theme we've heard thus far in the film, a roller coaster of emotions is being evoked from the music. And, you know, the music is accompanied by a montage. And what is in the montage? It's a montage of what life would have been like if Sebastian went with her to Paris and stayed with her. I bawled my eyes out, ladies and gentlemen. It was bad. Like, bro, you can't do this, you know? He's literally sitting here playing this song, a song that reminds him of her, while she sits in his club with the logo that she made, that she inspired with her new man. Like, what? What if that happens to me? What if I were to fall in love with the girl of my dreams, right? And, you know, we're doing great. And then, you know, I don't know. She just leaves, gets married to a new man. And then, you know, I want to be a movie director. What if I'm having, you know, a movie premiere and she just so happens to show up at my movie premiere with her new man? What if that would have happened to you? You know, what if you find the girl, the guy of your dreams, and then, you know, that you guys are in love. It's love at first sight. And then they just leave you. That's scary. And, you know, the montage keeps playing and it keeps going. And we see that if Sebastian had stayed with Mia, you know, he wouldn't have accomplished, you know, his dreams of opening up a jazz club, but he would have been with the girl of his dreams. He would have had, you know, a son with her. He would have been with her, and she would have chased her dreams and accomplished her dreams. But, you know, it could be argued that Mia was his dream. Is this the start of something wonderful, or just another dream I cannot make true? She was his dream that he wanted to chase, but she left him. It's crazy. You know, it really makes you beg the question. You know, what's worth more, love or your dreams? And, you know, as Mia leaves the club, they both, you know, lock eyes with each other. And they, you know, they'd make a little smile at each other, saying, you know, yeah, I still love you. But behind that smile hides a hint of sadness, and then the movie fades to black as Sebastian sits alone in the dark blue light. I felt empty. You know, I was devastated. Can you not follow your dreams and have love? You know, what happens if you get one and not the other? Will you be sad you missed out on one because you chose the other? You know, like, I don't know. This movie really makes you feel every single emotion in the book. It's crazy. And I'm mad that I never watched it until now. But, you know, I'm glad I watched it now, because now I can really understand film more. But yeah, this is a crazy, beautiful musical love story, and you know, hopefully I can make something as great as this one day. Damien Chazelle, you are a genius. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to conclude this video. It's just, I feel like everyone should watch La La Land. And yeah, like, wow. Mia really left him, man. That hurt. That really shook me to my core. I wasn't expecting that. I didn't want it to happen. But, you know, like I said, everything culminates into the last 9 minutes. We started the movie off nice and vibrant, nice and happy, with all, you know, the yellows, and we ended it off in dark blue. Sadness. Because that's what we feel. We feel sad. Because our main character missed out on the girl of his dreams. If you're still here, thank you for watching this video. You know, over these next 3 weeks, we're going on a little love story binge for the videos. You know, this week is La La Land. Next week is Love and Basketball. And then the week after that, the last video of the month will be Your Lie in April. And, you know, I encourage you all to watch those, because I have a lot to say, especially Your Lie in April. If you're an anime fan and you like music, listen. Even if you're not an anime fan, if you like music and you like love stories, because, you know, I know you do, because you're watching a La La Land video, watch Your Lie in April. It's an anime about, you know, a guy and a girl, they fall in love, and, you know, the guy plays piano and the girl plays violin, and, you know, they're trying to, you know, save each other from sadness and depression, and, you know, it gets really sad, and, you know, it might make you cry, probably will, but, you know, it's a great story, and I'm going to make a video essay on it. I made a video on it a couple years ago, but I want to make a better one. But yeah, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching this video. Why is it 28 minutes long? I don't know, and I have to edit this. Oh, amazing. Why do I torture myself like this? Yeah, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you have a great day, and yeah, here's to the fools who dream, as crazy as they may be. I love you. Have a great day. Peace out.